وَلَمْ تَكُنْ لَهُ فِيَةٌ يَنْصُرُونَهُ مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ وَمَا كَانَ مُنْتَصِرًا. Suratul-Kahfi, Surah 18, ayat number 43. And lam is no, takun, kana yakunu, takunu, and lam forces it to takun. So basically, kana is was, but we are converting it to is form, and the lam pushes it back to the past form. Lahu, so lahu is he has, negation is there, and takun pushes it to sort of he had because of the lam, so he did not have, and he didn't have. So walam takun lahu is, when you're reading it and when you're breaking it for grammatical analysis, wa lam takun lahu, and he didn't have. So the translation till now is clear. Fiyatun, a group or any group in this case, and he did not have any group. Yansurunahu. So yansuruna, nasara from the root word, yansuruna, nasara yansuru. Yansuruna is plural, and who is the attached pronoun? So they help him. So they help him. So what is it essentially meaning? And obviously the thing will be pushed to the past tense. That could help him. That could help him. And he didn't have any group that could help him. Right? Min duni Allahi. Min duni. So if you just do a word-to-word translation over here, it doesn't get expressed fully well from besides Allah. No. So min duni Allahi. There is an emphasis over here against Allah. Against Allah. So min duni, against Allahi, Allah. Allah. And he didn't have any group that could help him against Allah. So this is talking about the rich man. This is in continuation from the previous verse. Next part. Wama kana muntasiran. This is a very tricky part. Wa is and, ma is negation in the past tense. Kana is was. Muntasiran, again, so how do we understand it? Again, the root word is nasara, help. And so there's a past tense element involved and there's a negation involved. And he couldn't help. And the meaning is, and he couldn't even help himself. And he couldn't even help himself. So this connotation is coming out. And he couldn't even help himself. So together, what does it mean? And he didn't have any group that could help him against Allah, and he couldn't even help himself. But wait, now muntasiran, I'm surprised why the secondary meaning has been missed over here, which is also very important. This is because this is in the form 8, verbal form 8 pattern, in the ism file pattern. Nor could he take revenge against anybody for being in this situation. Where did this bulky translation coming from? So nor again is coming from the ma. So muntasiran is, so in form 8, the meaning is revenge. Now what is it talking about now? So first of all, he couldn't even help himself. That part is clear. He couldn't even help himself. He couldn't help. He did not help. He could not help. Whom? Himself. And he could not even help himself. That emphasis is there in the sentence because it is following from the previous part, which has an emphasis in it. Nor could he take revenge. Past tense, right? Nor could he take revenge against anybody. So that was against Allah. There wasn't any group that could help him against Allah. In this case, it's talking about he being able to help himself and not being able to help himself. And the other negation is that he could not, and he could not even take revenge against anybody for being in the situation. Nor could he take revenge. So that, as I said, verbal form number 8, from there, muntasiran, the ism file pattern, so sort of to take revenge. To take revenge against whom? He could not take revenge. Whom will he take revenge against? He could not take revenge against anybody for being in this situation because it was not anybody else's fault but his, which he acknowledged in the previous verse. So this is sort of intricate. I've tried my best to help you with the dual meaning. Obviously, in most of the translations, you'll find this detailed analysis missing. The concept of revenge is missing. The concept of help is missing. And it's simply translated. The representative translation seems to be, and he couldn't get support. What sort of translation is that? He couldn't get support. Where did you get this translation from? So we have to try to be as close as possible to the expressions, to the language, to the linguistics of the Arabic expressions and be true to that. So that is it then. I hope this should be clear by now, especially the second part. Nor could he take revenge against anybody for being in this situation. Just to explain it a little bit more, whom would he take revenge against? Whom could he take revenge against? Nobody. It is not anybody's fault. It is his own fault. He recognized that for being in this situation. So all these are explanatory, not just explanatory. These are very much associated with the word muntasirun. That is why I'm trying to emphasize that point again and again, right? It's actually derived directly from the root word and the form number 8, the pattern in which it exists. So these are not my whims and fancies which I'm expressing. No, if the translators or the scholars have missed these nuances in the translations, you should ask them, not me. So we'll read it as always one last time. وَلَمْ تَقُلْ لَهُ فِيَةٌ يَنْصُرُونَهُ مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ وَمَا كَانَ مُنْتَصِرًا. And he didn't have any group that could help him against Allah. And he couldn't even help himself, nor could he take revenge against anybody for being in this situation.